So, yeah.
Okay, we're going live. We are live. Hanusha, take over.
Yeah. So, hello everyone, and welcome to impactHut Learning. Today is a fun session which we have organized for all the Potterheads out here. So, the basic idea of this event is what if. So, we have took some pretty interesting 5 to 6 what ifs, which has a major impact on the plot of Harry Potter, and we want the kids here to interpret their version of what if based on the question. So, other than the aspect of okay, let me just put it like this. So, before we go into the PPT, we want any of you in the room to tell the opening spell so that the PPT will open.
Alohomora.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Oh, okay.
I swear I am up to no good.
I think the video is not opening. I think we'll go. Yeah. One second, please give me 1 second. So we are using one of the opening spells here, as you guys may have guessed. Thanks to my laptop. Okay, here we go. So the rules is basically, so I guess you know the context of why we placed Dolores Umbridge over here. So the rules being, we'll be having 3 what ifs if time permits, an extra what if, and there will be 15 to 20 minutes for discussing one what if. So each of you get one chance, like one full chance for the entire room. After that, you have any more points to add or something, you can raise your hand and we can discuss that. So you can counter the point which you have made, you can differ from what someone says. For example, if I say, for the one which we asked previously, what if Harry was Slytherin? If I say some point and you bet to differ, you can differ also. So everything is possible. So the entire idea is to have to be as much interactive as possible. Nandika, you had a doubt? Great. Okay. So this is basically the rules. The key rule is the interaction component. Let's see how much true Potterhead are you. Let's see that. Now we will ask is why we are doing this. It's not just a fun element. Rather, it is basically to inculcate your creativity on how well you can think differently when the so much well-known plot of yours is changed, and then it helps you to communicate. Considering the aspect that, as I told previously, you can differ, you can talk with your friends, you can just have a group discussions within this, and then, as I told, critical thinking, you put in yourself in a different shoes and try to think it. And collaboration is basically if you work as teams, like the same exercise can be done in teams, where as a team you collaborate and you bring in points which you want to make, and you can make one by one. So this is the entire idea of creating this event by having one of the most watched fantasy and one of the most great visiting, greatest creativity in book, which I know till my school age. So we wanted to bring that memory to you guys. So far, I guess I'm clear. So is there any doubt who wants to raise? If not, we can move to the first what if. Yeah, by the way, why have we kept this template? Anyone? Sorry?
It looks like the Marauders map.
Yeah, it is. It is the Marauders map. Yeah. So anyone have any doubt? If not, we'll start with the first what if. Yes, no? Just a thumbs up in the
yes. No doubts.
Great. So be interactive and let's see where our discussion is leading. Let's see if we can make a new Harry Potter movie itself. Let's see that. Okay. So what if Kreacher didn't lie to Harry that Sirius was in the Ministry in the Order of Phoenix? And here you guys, if anyone who wants to start, you can start. So what if Kreacher didn't lie to Harry that Sirius was in the Ministry during the Order of Phoenix?
Okay. So, first things, Sirius would not die. And second, Harry would not go to the ministry with Luna, Hermione, Ron, and all. And third, he would know nothing about any prophecy. So there would be no chance of Dumbledore telling him the prophecy.
We'll hold to that. Next, who wants to speak next?
But Harry was genuinely thinking that what happened to Sirius, so he might be pretty tensed, and he might have gone with Ron and Hermione to Grimmauld Place, wondering that Sirius might be there.
Shubham,
I think that if it didn't happen, then the ministry would not have known that Voldemort is now alive and they would not have started preparing.
did they prepare? Like, was it that much intense? Like, though the Umbridge is telling, like Harry was lying and all these stuff.
No, ma'am,
Okay, we have had.
but because of this, Voldemort is seen by the ministry officials
Yeah.
on premises.
Right.
So they
And
would
Harry
not
wouldn't
fire
have
first.
known about the prophecy also.
Okay. Yeah, Sriram. I think there are a lot of Gryffindors speaking. What happened to others? Hufflepuff, Ravenclaws. Anyone out there who wants to take a
Only
shot?
we are brave.
Oh, no, we don't want to talk about that. Anyone else who wants to speak? Vishal, Nishantini, Harish, Samuel, Chinmayi, Manya. So just think of plot twist, like lead to the Deathly Hallow, like lead till the end. Like how will this change the plot in general? So make it think everything.
One thing that we would know that if Sirius wouldn't have died, then Kreacher would not come under Harry, and then he would not have told him anything about RAB Regulus, and then another Horcrux problem.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. He would not come to know about RAB. Yeah, that is correct. Anyone else? Maheshwari has something to add. Let's be interactive. You can speak whatever you want. Yashika, Diyashri, Arulmani, Shubham Vaishnav.
There's also a chance that Dumbledore wouldn't have died.
How come? Like lead us through that.
Yes. So, if Harry didn't get to know anything about the prophecy, if he didn't read at least half of it, Dumbledore wouldn't tell anything to him, and because of that, he would be working alone. So maybe he would not go to the forgot the name of the shack of Riddle's house, Mavalo's shack. He wouldn't touch the ring. He wouldn't get cursed, and probably he would still remain strong while fighting the Death Eaters.
So I'm just taking points from what you said. You mean Dumbledore would have not even told about the prophecy or Horcrux and whatever, but he would have done everything by himself. Something of that sort.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. So it won't be Harry point. It'll be more of Dumbledore's book. Okay.
The
Who
world
is?
could have just ended when
I
Voldemort.
think that Sirius death led to Dumbledore's death in a way, and if this wouldn't have happened, then Dumbledore would not have died, and Harry would have the support of both Sirius because Sirius would have been alive and Dumbledore till the end.
Right. So you are reading somewhere like he would have won Voldemort a bit easier. Like,
Yes.
okay, interesting. Anyone else? Let's come on. We want more people to speak. Anuradha, Samuel. I hate calling out names, but yeah. PhD. Anyone who wants to speak? Just think. I want more, and you can bring in whatever characters, which is not even mentioned here. Like you can bring in Dobby somewhere. I think Dobby is one of my favorite characters in Harry Potter. So you can bring in Dobby somewhere. Try bringing it.
One thing more that if this wouldn't have happened, then Draco would not have got the task from Voldemort, and it would, Lucius would not have gone to jail Azkaban.
Mm-hmm.
That would have happened.
Got it? Yeah, I'm just thinking. Yes. So how come Kreacher and I forgot Okay, let's go through this. So, what if Kreacher, like, why did, okay, have you even thought why did Kreacher lie of Sirius being in ministry? Was it intentional? Was it intentional? Did he did it like so that he'll go to ministry face was the one who should not be named Lord Voldemort?
She was instructed by Bellatrix, right?
I'm not that sure, so I'm just asking. So here's some problem. Bellatrix. Okay. Got it.
Because
Okay.
even she is part master of her.
Yeah. Right. She's the part master. Yeah, cousin, right? Like Bellatrix is a cousin of Sirius, if I'm not wrong. Sorry, Nishantini, we are not able to hear you. Is there anyone who wants to add any more point? If not, we can go to the next what if, considering we don't have that much of interaction happening in this. Anyone who wants to add, did we miss anyone's point or anything? Anyone? Yes, no, we'll go to the next one. Okay, I'm audible, right? I think my audio is, net is not, it is not gone.
One thing more that the ministry would not have got to know the truth about Lucius Malfoy, that he is truly a Death Eater. They thought that he was a gentleman and he supported the ministry, not Voldemort. So they would not have known the truth about.
My apologies. Yeah, my apologies. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so you're saying Draco would not have become a Death Eater, or the ministry would not know that they would have just thought he was a good, quiet student like others. Is that what you're telling?
No, I was saying that Draco would not have become a Death Eater and the ministry would not have known that Lucius Malfoy is a Death Eater.
Got it.
Because they thought that Lucius Malfoy was a gentleman.
Got it. Got it. Understood. Okay. So, okay. So, one last question before we move to the next what if. So, how important this particular scene or this particular part of the book is? Like, is it that much serious, or it's like okay, it's fine? Like, I just want you guys to rate the what if out of 10. Like, how important plot change will this be? This make?
Maybe around 4 or 5 out of 10, because
Okay.
it would mainly change the plot of that book only, Order of the Phoenix. Maybe a little bit in Half-Blood Prince also, but the finale would be somewhat similar only, I guess.
Okay.
Some characters might be alive who were dead.
Yeah.
So that.
But in what if there are endless possibilities, anything could happen. So Marvel released a new series called What If. If you have seen it, in that every single minor choice which we feel is not very important can lead to a whole new universe.
Okay. So yeah, how would you rate this? Yeah. So how would you rate this?
If someone asked me, I would say that I would rate it to 7 or 8 because I think that it affected the last book too, because they have to now follow Umbridge and go into the ministry, sneak into the ministry, and they have to search for the Horcrux, the real Horcrux, not the fake one of Faraday.
Right.
I think that it would have affected that too, and the first Horcrux.
Everything would have somewhat related on this. Yeah.
But there's also a chance that in spite of Kreacher like not lying to them about the that ministry, they would have gone eventually, because Harry was dreaming about the Department of Mysteries and he was quite curious about like visiting there.
Yes, that may happen too, but I don't think that Dumbledore and Sirius and the others of the Order of Phoenix would allow them to do so, because we saw Molly Weasley. She was quite strict about them being in the Order of Weasley for the first time. When Sirius said that he needs to know about his life, and Molly Weasley, she said no.
I'm sorry, but I don't think it's like that, because at that point of time, Harry was pretty sick of Dumbledore. He was not even responding to him. whenever he looked at him, he would just pretend
Walk
that
away.
he was not seeing him.
Yeah.
Yes, it could be seen that way too.
Okay, I want others to speak. So we have 4 to 5 people who are very much enthusiastic. I want others to speak also. Like, I'll take one last point for someone who has not spoken yet, and then we'll move to the next one. Anjali, Yashika, uh, Jay, Raghavi, Madan Kumar. I don't want to call out names, but I'm really sorry for what I'm doing. Anyone before we move to the next word, other than the people who spoke already? Shall we move to the next one?
Yes, I think we should.
Great. Okay. Let me move to the next. Okay. It's here you. What if Ron did not have the deluminator in Deathly Hallows?
Can I?
We'll hold 1 second. I'm just waiting one new people and then we'll start with Sriram. Okay? I hope you understand. So I want someone who hasn't spoken yet to start, please. Anjali, you want to add something? Chinmay, anyone who wants to add anything? Okay, Sriram, go ahead.
Okay. So
Okay. Okay. Anyone, yeah. Cool.
Okay, so the first thing that came to my mind is when the rounders, I guess, what are their names? They try to round up muggles and get money. Snatchers, yeah. So when they come to Harry and when they come to the tent, if Ron did not have the deluminator, he would not click the lights inside of the tent. And because he had the light inside of his deluminator, they were able to escape from the cellar in Malfoy Mansion. Because he clicked on the lights and then they could see where the nail was to break the ropes. So they wouldn't be able to escape.
Okay. Understood. Next. I think Varga has something to add to this. Am I right? Okay, who wants to make your next point? I think this is we felt this is one of some important plot, like a kind of an important aspect in the plot. So we have a couple of interpretations. So we want you. I think one was told by Sriram. So we want others to speak the next.
If Sriram would be right, then Rom would not have escaped the Snatchers and he would not have won an extra wand to give Harry. And that wand helped Harry to escape out of Malfoy Manor. And I think that wand also helped him much. And this was just possible because Ron had the deluminator.
I'm not talking about the time when Ron was attacked alone when he ran away. I'm saying when they
Yes, that time he took a wand with him. No, one of the Snatchers wand he
yes,
took, and
yes,
that
yes,
time
he
Harry
used the
didn't have his
deluminator.
own wand because it was broken.
Yeah, but Ron didn't use the deluminator to get out of. He just punched the guy on the face.
Yes. But he was there. That was because of he was escaping with the help of the. Sorry, he was not actually escaping. He was leaving that cottage, Bill's cottage, with the help of deluminator, and he went to Harry with the help of deluminator. Actually, it guided him, so that can be
Yeah,
related.
if he didn't
That's
have the
what I was
deluminator after,
trying to
he would
express.
never been able to come back.
Agreed. This is one of the plot he was expecting. Ron would have never come. I mean, who knows? Like he would have never come back at the right time when Harry was inside the ice cold water to get the rock.
Yes.
That's good. And Jainatish, can you just unmute and speak? You have personally text, like put a message, but it will be good if you unmute and speak. Okay, we have 2 people spoke about their point of view about Ron not having the deluminator. So who else want to give their point of view. I want the other houses to start speaking also. We have a Slytherin, we have a Hufflepuff. I want others to speak also. I don't want to call names, but I think you guys are making me do it. Ruchira, you want to add something?
Actually, to be frank, it's really weird for me to say this.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe myself that I forgot everything. I've seen all the 7 parts and I really can't believe myself. I really don't remember anything.
I'm on her
Sorry
side.
for
as
this,
well.
actually.
Yes, this happens. I will agree.
Yeah, I'll totally agree.
We agree.
Actually, I remember parts of the movies and all, but the way Sriram described in full details, I don't really remember because I read the books last like 4 or 5 years back. So forgive me for that.
I'm completely on your side as well. I'm completely like we had to do a bit of homework in the last 2-3 days to get this thing done, and we don't want to get screwed up with the Potterheads like you. So like we have Sriram who was like too much into detail, so we had to do a bit. Not yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Please continue.
No, nothing. It's just I want you guys to.
But I'd just like to add, like, this is a little controversial, but I actually didn't like the deluminator that much. I don't think it had much importance except for the fact that it guided him into the forest and led him to them. It might be that if Ron did not return, Hermione would have been really infuriated with him and they might not have ended up together. It's a possibility.
Yeah, that makes sense. But why did even
One more thing that
go ahead, please, go ahead. I was just waiting.
okay, one more important thing that the deluminator affects is that if Ron would not have, they would not have escaped the Malfoy Manor with the goblin. I just forgot the name of the goblin. Then they would not they would not have robbed Gringotts for the Horcrux Hufflepuff Cup, and that would have been a total change in the plot because they would not have been able to destroy one more Horcrux.
Point me. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. I like the one which I don't know. I think it was Manya or someone who told like Hermione and Ron not meeting together. So I like that plot actually. I kind of thought about that. And that's exactly was my feeling when Ron left and when especially the fear which came in front of him when he was about to destroy the Horcrux is something which just showed how much how much important Hermione is to him at least.
Do you personally prefer Hermione with Ron or Harry?
Okay. I don't want to say it on live, but okay.
You can say Draco Malfoy also.
No, not Draco. Okay, I would have preferred Harry. Okay, I made it. I would have preferred the Harry.
I think in the beginning everyone was expecting that.
Yeah, everyone, really everyone. And like, see, I with just movies in mind, no one even thought how Ginny Weasley will come inside. Like, it was very vague how the movie portrayed it actually. So no one
Exactly. In the book, it was described beautifully, but in the movie, it seemed kind of unnecessary and pushed.
Yeah, it was like, because there is no proper plot of how they meet and how they like. There is no proper plot. Just that she just comes and things happen like that. So
yes, it's like they added it only because it's there in the book.
Exactly. And also there is one thing which one of my friends told that Hermione was not that much pretty looking girl in the book, but the other way around in the movies, I guess. Am I right?
But Emma Watson also was like a cute little child. They didn't expect that she would become so beautiful after hitting puberty and all. So that's that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think what this one of my friends told like Hermione was not someone who was like that much pretty in the book, but here, just for the sake of Emma Watson and her career in mind, that thing happened. I don't know how true was that, but I think it was.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah. Okay, back to the point. Anyone who wants to make any point about a deluminator? Anyone? I don't want the. I'm just saying this 5-6 people we are always talking. Yeah. Anyone who wants to speak? This is getting really weird. Okay. Anyone who, like among who was speaking, do you have any more points to make?
I was just thinking I got another.
Okay.
So, when Wormtail entered the room to check
Mm-hmm.
whether everything is all right, if they didn't have, okay, so let's just imagine they didn't have the deluminator, but somehow they all managed to come together and they are in the cellar. And if they didn't have the deluminator, Wormtail would just come and he would see all of them freed. But because of that, he was blinded for a second, because of the light, and then so Harry and Ron could easily overpower him.
So maybe Wormtail would have ratted them out to the
Yes.
Malfoys, and he would not have died.
Yeah, and Harry,
Yes, I
Ron,
totally
they didn't
agree.
have the wands too, so they couldn't have done anything.
But maybe one of them would have done Nox or something.
Avada
I also
Kedavra,
think
2
that this
seconds
could
sleep.
be.
They would have just
I
fought.
also think that this could be related to Dobby's death because Dobby died during this time only, during the Malfoy Manor part.
Yeah.
So I think this could also be related with the Deluminator will also be related with Dobby's death.
So what are you concluding? Will Dobby would have like 3%? Alive, dead, or it would not, like Dobby would have not even come there. So 3%, which you are going to?
I think he would still die because in the end, she killed him. Na, what was her name? Bellatrix.
Bellatrix.
And they would have come up from the cellar and they would have fought them anyways. So that fight scene was going to occur anyway, and she would have thrown that dagger, and poor Dobby would have died anyway.
So I think there is, okay, now that before we go to the next what if, so now that we have talked about Bellatrix, so there is one thing which we noticed in movies. I don't know how many noticed, but in book I think it must have been there. Like Bellatrix always used to stand in one particular position when she's near the Lord Voldemort. So have you guys like know of this? Like she will always stand in one particular position with regard to Lord Voldemort.
I'm sorry,
Yes,
I
in the
read
books it's
that, I
written
didn't.
that she always usually stand at the right or either left side closer to Voldemort because she believed that she was the most loyal to Voldemort.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, I think this is one thing which was not made a point made well in the movies, which I felt. So I think that was one. And how many? I hate Bellatrix. So how many of you hate Bellatrix? Like my rating will go to like 100 out of 10.
I think we all hate the character so much because the actor was one of the best. Helena
Yeah.
Bonham Carter, she was one of the best actors on the set.
Yeah.
Yes, I do agree.
Yeah. She made the
Helena
character
was super,
great.
but Bellatrix was just. I don't have enough words for Bellatrix.
She's not bad.
Acting.
I'm sorry.
Matlab, like acting wise, the character. We are not telling her, like the character.
Yeah, of course. Of
Yes,
course. I mean,
character-wise, Bellatrix, she was loyal to Voldemort, but she was very cruel, very wicked,
Loyal to
cruel.
Voldemort, that was the worst part.
Sorry?
She was loyal to Voldemort. That was the worst part. She did whatever he told her to do.
Yeah, she didn't.
The way
We
she
can actually
laughed
tell
when
that
Fred died and just
Agreed.
teased Molly that what would happen if you die. If Ginny died, what would happen? The way she teased, that was. I don't know how to describe it.
After Sirius Black, I'm like,
yeah, I was
after
angry.
after Sirius Black death, it
I
was
thought,
like,
how could be a sister like this?
yeah, exactly.
Also, in the sixth book, when Dumbledore comes to the Dursleys and he tells Bellatrix could also be the owner of Grimmauld Palace, I was totally in shock. What, Bellatrix?
I could
also-
sense that.
There's
And
no
also,
way you can
Neville-
give to anyone else but not Bellatrix or Narcissa.
But Narcissa was far better.
Yeah, I think anyone is better than Bellatrix. If I could put it very crudely, I don't know.
The major point I liked about Narcissa was that she lied to Voldemort saying that yes, Harry is dead.
Yeah,
Yes, that iconic sentence, dead.
dead.
Yes.
And then Neville Bottom's like speaking for so long, and then come on, like here comes Harry. I think that was one moment which is good actually. Okay, with this, we move to the next what if.
Okay, just one point
Can
to
I
add.
tell just one more point?
Yeah, sure. You
Okay.
go first, student.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay. It was about the previous one.
Huh.
Yeah. So Harry got the inspiration to continue on Dumbledore's path, which he set him because Dobby died. And when he was digging the grave, the only thing that came to Harry's mind was about Dobby, and he thought of Dumbledore. And actually, he was wondering that should he continue in this path, wouldn't it be easier to just die? So it is revealed in that part. So if Ron didn't have the deluminator, then Dobby wouldn't come and Harry wouldn't be encouraged to stay on his path.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, like Harry would have just given up. Shivam, you had a point.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, okay, so people is not the class. I mean, the ones who are interacting obviously know this. The ones who are not, this is not a class, just a fun interactive session. And yeah, you obviously are learning and applying few skills that's there, but yeah, it's not a class, so don't treat it as a class. And like, try to be a little bit more active. Anusha has been telling that. Yeah, and if you feel this is a class and if you don't know much about Harry Potter, I'd suggest not to attend because you won't understand anything, obviously. So yeah, only if you understand what if you've seen or the movie or seen the movie or read the book, be here and try to discuss. Yeah, that's the only point I wanted to add.
Great. I think we ended with the aspect of Neville Longbottom and the iconic scene of Harry coming up, and with this we move to the next one. I think you guys must have seen it. So what if Lord Voldemort chose Neville Bottom and not Harry?
Harry's parents would be alive. He would have 4 brothers and 3 sisters.
I'm not aware of why this count. Can you explain a bit more to us?
Okay, so because he thought that Harry is the chosen one, he came to Harry's parents' house. He killed James and Lily. If that wouldn't have happened, they would be alive, and he would probably have brothers and sisters.
And like, why 4-3? Is there any
one? If Voldemort had chosen Neville, it may be possible that Voldemort would not have disappeared, and yeah, the reign of terror would still continue. There would not be that 11 years of break.
There might also be a possibility that if Voldemort chose Neville Longbottom, he would have just gone to his home and killed Neville, and that's the end of the story. Voldemort reigns to power and all, because Harry was saved by his mother's love and all that, while Neville's parents are paralyzed and they are at St. Mungo's, the hospital. So he would have just died then and there.
But that happened after Voldemort disappeared, because after Voldemort disappeared, Bellatrix went to torture Neville's parent with the
Yes, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that happened. Yeah, that happened a lot, Padme. So sorry. But still, there is a chance that their parents wouldn't have been there, and he would have died.
And if Neville would have died, then we would have missed a great herbology student.
So okay, so to Ruchira, just before Sriram, just to Ruchira's point. So why do you think Neville would have died then and there? Like here, Lily's love came in and just yet reflected on Voldemort and happened. But here, what if Neville's? I'm really sure I forgot their name. So what if their love was also like much, and what if the entire thing happened and Harry would become someone like Neville Longbottom? What if is that a possibility?
Yeah, that is a possibility. If like Neville somehow survived, he would have gone to Hogwarts again, and maybe this time the boy who lived would be Neville, and Harry would have been one of his like sidekicks, and they would again go against Voldemort and things like that.
So this will also bring to the fact, okay, what will Snape do here? I'm just so curious of Snape's character and if this story happened. So how would
Snape wouldn't even be in wouldn't even be in the picture. He would have been a normal professor at Hogwarts who was like in love with Lily Potter but couldn't have her. Just his end of story.
Shira?
Yes, maybe because of it, Snape helped Harry because of that. And if Neville would if Voldemort would have chosen Neville, then he would not have come to the picture. Then Dumbledore would not have got the information about it. He would not have been able to protect Neville, and the chain would go on.
Shriram.
Speaking about Snape, I think how he used to bully Neville more than Harry. Harry would be bullied more than Neville by Snape if this happened.
Okay, why will even Snape will bully Harry now that he's not the chosen? Okay, now I get come to your point. Sorry. Okay,
Okay.
go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So another possibility is, wait, I forgot.
Sorry.
1 second. Okay, so seeing from Harry's perspective, even Harry thought of the same thing when he was coming on the train. He actually thought that what if Neville was chosen? Would he have the scar, or would he be dead? Would his mother stand?
Yes, in the 6th book, right? I
Yes,
remember.
exactly.
Yeah,
So
he
Harry
remembers
thinks
that.
that Neville's mother would die for him.
And one more thing, that if this would have happened, if Neville after this would have happened, that Lord Voldemort chose Neville, and still if Neville was alive, then he would have grown more self-confident and was not as clumsy as he is in the books.
Right. Yeah, he would have become more, not brave, like not this
A
chubby,
bit
cute.
more like Harry.
Yeah, a bit more like Harry. We can put it that way. A bit more like Harry.
And maybe Ron and Hermione would have supported Neville as they did Harry.
So then, who will Neville end up with? Will it be Luna? Will Luna come anywhere here? Okay, did I make the plot wrong?
I don't think Luna would have any other effects to the Longbottom story.
Because I remember, I remember in the movie, I guess, like he's gonna propose to Luna. He said, if I'm not wrong, I remember some.
No,
like
that's the dream of every Luna and Neville shipper. But no, actually, Luna ended up with, Newt Scamander.
Yeah.
So Newt Scamander's grandson. She ended up with him, and like you can check the timeline and all. They come in the same generation. And
Okay.
Neville Longbottom, he ended up with a girl from Hufflepuff. Her name is Hannah Abbott.
Okay, but I was not aware of this. Thank you. I have to go work on my timeline. Anything else we want to add about this switching roles?
If this would have happened, then Bellatrix would not have gone to Azkaban, first of all, because she would not have tortured Neville's parents then, and she would not have gone to Azkaban. She would still be a criminal at large. And Sirius would have not gone to Azkaban as well.
Yeah, right.
And that would be a great change to the story.
But
So
in all, the story of Neville would be a little bland and boring, I guess, because we all love Harry because of his personality, his sarcastic personality, and like he's so witty and all. But Neville is a little boring, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe who knows? If that was the case, J.K. Rowling would have made something different on that. Like we have, like we can just make hypotheses. Like who knows? It would have been Neville Longbottom. We have no idea. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know. So before we go to the next, what if? So there is this. I remember. So I think one of my friends, okay, he told that there is an entire some sort of book, a fan-made book, which has been written on what if the entire Harry Potter was a dream.
Sorry, entire Harry Potter was?
A dream of Harry.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's some fan-made book which is there. If it is, it's just good. I don't know. I don't have the copy of that. So if you just can go check it out, and I think it'll be fun. It'll be a fun read.
This is actually a very popular meme from a few years back.
Yeah,
where it says that what if Harry was dreaming all along and he just wakes up next day in the cupboard under the stairs?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like maybe I can answer to this question. Like, what if it was just a dream? Maybe Harry would again stay maybe he should lead his whole life with his uncle and aunt,
That
getting
would be
bullied
horrible.
by his cousin.
Oh, I could feel for Harry now. For the Dursleys, oh my god, it would have been worse.
Yes, this point, what Manya said, it also answers what if Lord Voldemort chose Neville Longbottom. He would not have to stay with the Dursleys, and Dudley won't have come in his life, and maybe he would not. Harry would not get to know that he was a parcel thing. That ability would be shifted to Neville.
Okay. Okay. So if Voldemort chose Harry, then I'm sorry, if Voldemort chose Neville, so that means like Harry will be still with his parents. So why will he even go to Dursleys?
Yeah, Harry
So-
and all his like family members and friends would be perfectly alive.
Yeah, I think the Dursleys will like there is no room under the cupboard and everything will the cupboard under the stairs. Nothing will be there. I guess I'm just hypothesizing. Cool. You have any more points to make? If not, we'll move to the next what if we are almost in like we are towards the climax part. So we'll have 2 to 3 more what ifs before we conclude for today. But yeah, you have any more points to make of this part? Or we can move to the next one. Okay, I'm taking to the next. Okay. What if Lord Voldemort won the final battle?
I
Now
think this is kind of there
a little
in the
tricky
Cursed Child.
no, just a minute. There's a little, I don't know, twisted question. By you mean the question is Lord Voldemort won the final battle? I think by winning you mean he killed Harry Potter, but he already tried killing him, and we know how that ended up. He came back, no?
This time like this that final thing like he dies, like you can imagine that like he came back but still he dies, like something happened, something happened and he just dies and Harry is no more. So just imagine the story ended with the first death itself. So how will that thing? So 2 possibilities. One, Harry never comes back after he went to the forest, or and the second like time when both are fighting, Harry like lost it out of like, some like the 1% possibility of losing, he lost it. So how will that affect the plot?
There is one possibility, but this wouldn't add any cinematic value to the movies. While Voldemort would be giving his speech that I killed Harry Potter, I'm invincible, Neville would he was already very heartbroken when he heard that Harry died. So he would step up and just do Avada Kedavra out of nowhere, and Voldemort would be shocked and he just died there.
Shubham, can I just take over for 1 minute? I'll just come back. Is it fine?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'll just come back 1 second.
1 second. Yeah, sorry guys. Actually, there's a lot of things going on. Okay, fine. Anyone has anything to say for that? But okay, I mean, won't he be able to defend that? And a question I have is, if anyone would do Avada Kedavra to Voldemort, why didn't anyone else do it so far? Like, is it that simple? I'm sorry, I'm not. I mean, it's been time I have watched them, so I might not know everything. I'm just asking this.
Actually, if we be totally realists, nothing in the Harry Potter universe makes sense, because at some point, someone could have pulled out a gun and just killed Voldemort in the head, shot him in the head.
Yes,
So
I
it's
think
just
there was a video when Nagini attacked Snape and killed him. Snape is a potion master. Maybe he would have
he
an
would have
antidote
honey
to
badger,
his.
that honey badger solution. He would have took that.
Yes, and then he would have taken the time turner, gone back in the time when Voldemort was still a child, and then he would have shot him dead, and nothing would have happened in Harry Potter series.
Exactly.
Okay, that's all I can say, I guess.
But
And-
but if you have seen the Cursed Child or if you have read the Cursed Child, then
We
you
don't
would
talk
know
about
that.
that book here. We don't talk about that book here. We hate that book.
No, I'm not talking about the story of the book. I'm telling that it isn't right to mess with time because the things can be totally totally destructive.
No, that was a humorous video. It was just for
Yeah, just for
yeah. It wasn't serious or anything. We know we can't like meddle with time and all.
Also, I had got a message from Jay, I guess, long back, 6 minutes back. His mic wasn't working and I had not checked the message so onto something else. I'll just read. Okay, fine. We'll talk about this and then I'll read it. Okay. So anyone else has anything to add over here?
if Voldemort would have won the final battle, then the sacrifices of all those people who died to save Harry would have been in vain.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been, I guess.
And Dumbledore's lifetime work, that would have been of no use. And yes, our poll would have gone to the same principle that Order of Phoenix cannot win, and Lord Voldemort is great, what he thought earlier.
But there is still a possibility that if Harry died, everyone would be so heartbroken and everyone would be so heartbroken that Hermione would eventually use the time turner because they would miss him so terribly. They would not mind like going back in time for 1 or 2 hours. So that's a possibility.
So what did I miss? So why? How come time turner is here?
Because Harry died, everyone is heartbroken, and Hermione still has the time turner. So
Okay, makes sense. Okay, now it makes sense. Okay.
Okay, I think Jay has messaged. I'm sorry, I can't see your full name. Let me just see it once.
Jay Lohit or something, I guess, no?
Yeah, can you?
Richard, I had a point.
no, sorry, I clicked by mistake.
Okay, so okay,
Yes,
Jay has
message.
told if Neville had been, it's the previous one, I guess. If Neville had been the chosen one, he would have made herbology as cool as Quidditch. If Neville had been the chosen one, he would still have defeated Voldemort in his first and second year at Hogwarts, because getting through all of that pretty much came down to blind luck and Hermione's logic for Harry. Interesting. Okay. Has he told for this one?
Yeah.
You read that.
Chaos would occur all over the visiting world, and the survivors of the battle of Hogwarts would be killed or made into slaves. And probably at the end of Wizarding World, if Voldy wanted to kill everyone.
And I don't know if you guys brought this point, but if Voldemort has won, then maybe the defense against Dark Arts force would not be there, and rather it be the other way around.
Defense against the light arts?
Who knows? Like something can be there. I don't know. Like this course would have never existed. I mean, it don't be there.
Possibility of another series and with some other hero.
It would be like offense against the light-hearted or whatever.
Yeah. Or maybe, yeah, that is one more possibility. Or what? Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else you guys know? Like, you have anything more to add? Anyone? We'll go to the next.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I think we were speaking about this in the previous part also. What if Dumbledore didn't die in the Half-Blood Prince?
Then Hermione would not have to spend so many days to crack Deathly Hallows, and it would have affected, and Harry could be the master of death. He could have achieved the resurrection stone much easier, and Dumbledore would have directly given him the sword of Gryffindor. But this would be that if Dumbledore had not died, then he would not have given Ron his deluminator, and that would be back to that same question we did earlier.
Yeah. So, okay. I think this entire thing would not even be like Dumbledore would have taken care of everything, like completely. He and Snape would have taken over everything, and maybe Harry like it'll be a less easier fight for Harry maybe.
But we also have to take into account that if he didn't die, then what happened on that night on the astronomy tower? Like Malfoy and Snape were about to do it. If Snape didn't kill him, then wouldn't Malfoy eventually do the spell because he was instructed to do so?
Yeah, that's also a possibility. Yeah, Bellatrix would have been. Yeah, everyone.
It may be that if he didn't die, if none of them would have murdered him, then he would have died because of his blackened hand. It was spreading, that curse was spreading. And
maybe Harry would not know Snape was that half-blooded prince.
yes, and that Snape was actually doing good.
Yeah, that Snape was actually doing good. Yeah, he would have always hated Snape, and maybe Harry's son won't have Snape a name.
Yes, Albus Severus.
That's a pretty long one.
Yesterday, Anusha was saying that to me. That guy must be having troubles because of such a long name.
Yeah, it was such a long name. Which house did he get sorted into? He was named
in the curse diary. It's given that Albus gets sorted to Slytherin, and the eldest sibling, I don't remember the name. I think it was James. James was in Gryffindor.
Okay.
Yeah, James Sirius Potter.
Okay, he was okay. This we didn't know. I always felt that this like was such a long name. What would this guy even do? Like what will he tell? We were just talking about him. Any more person? Okay, if someone drop off, I don't see Sheila. Okay, Mane, want to add anything?
Okay.
Sorry, actually, no.
Okay, this was not the same Dumbledore we saw in the first chapter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay Latish has messaged. Albus Dumbledore was arguably the most powerful wizard during the events of Half-Blood Prince. It would have been quite difficult weaving a story without his dying, simply because Voldemort wouldn't have been able to cause half as much damage as he did in Deathly Hallows.
Yeah, this is true.
This is true. And maybe the elder one will be with Albus only fully.
Yeah, it has to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
And further, that incident had Harry supposed happened in King Cross. In the last book, that wouldn't have happened.
Sorry?
In the last book, when Harry surrenders that you can kill me, I don't want my friends to die, he went to Voldemort for submitting. Then he had a vision, or that's not clear in the book that whether he had a vision or whether it was real, but he said that it looks like the place looked like King Cross.
Yeah,
So maybe that incident would not have happened. Dumbledore would not have given so much of knowledge to Harry for that.
Yeah, I think it looked like King Cross. Yeah, I think I also remember Dumbledore saying, okay, if it's looking like King Cross, then it can be. I think it was telling about the fact everything is how you see things. Something similar to the clouds, like how you see it can be a line or rabbit. It's based on what you see or something. I think it was something similar to that, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, and he was trying to use a metaphor like we are on the train and go back to your come back to life.
Yeah, he was, yeah. Okay. Any more points for this particular thing? Anything? Or we can move to the next one if no one has anything else to make. And for people who are there in the room and who have not read or watched Harry Potter, it's fine. Maybe you can just, I don't know if I can suggest you guys to go watch or read. But if it's a good distraction for you in your academic rigorous schedule. You can do that. It's like you can go with books first and then the movies. That's what always everyone used to say. Yeah, I think that's a good thing which you can do. Reading is good, so you can maybe if you have not done Harry Potter yet, maybe you can do that. That's a suggestion. Okay. So this is the next what if. So what if Umbridge remained as the defense against the Dark Arts teacher?
Are we saying that all the rest of the events of till Deathly Hallows, till like Voldemort's death, everything went fine, but just Umbridge still stayed as the Defense Against the Dark Arts
Yeah,
teacher?
Umbridge stays, and yeah, she's not gonna give her like this. Okay, I used to call this Dada ka post. Ever, like she just holds that post.
DAD.
Yeah, what will happen?
Then why would it really
They would have still revolted as Dumbledore's army. That would not have changed.
Okay, I'm expecting something which I thought of. So, let me see if you guys get to that point. Let us think through. So what if she remained? So you guys have you can just think, okay, what happened? What she left after she left. So think in that sense. If I'm giving a hint, not left, but she was literally like this.
If she was there, then McGonagall would not have been able to act as a professor. Neither would have Hagrid. Same goes for Firenze and Professor Trelawney, Sybil Trelawney.
Yeah, that was more to do with the head, like the head of the Hogwarts post, right? Okay, so as I gave the hint, now think through. We are given what if she remained. So you have to think what happened after she went, or after she was removed, or what after she was plucked away from that post. What happened? So you have to think something on that lines.
This may have happened that she would not have got the real Horcrux, which we get to know that she had that Slytherin's locket Horcrux with her. That would not have happened, maybe.
That is one thing, yeah.
And she was the one who used Moody's magical eye after Moody died. So maybe that magical eye would have remained with the good people, the good guys.
Yeah, these are two things which we thought. I'm just thinking of one more thing which I want you guys to think about. Come on, I think we all move the right direction. Just think what happened after she left, and what are the major changes which happened after she left. And now that she's remaining, that things are not going to happen, obviously. So think in that way.
There is one thing, it's not quite as important, but still, that thought of the people that the DADA job was dinged, it would have been cancelled. That rumor would have been cancelled. I'm not getting a proper word for it, but yeah.
Yeah, understood. I'm just getting what I said. Okay. Okay, if I can give a hint, slug on. So when Umbridge left, who came in that position?
Filch, Argus Filch would have he would have been like a personal assistant to Dolores Umbridge, and he would be quite happy. One more thing.
And then he'll keep on putting this instructions in the floor and keep on climbing and doing that. Okay, I just gave the hint. Slug on. Think that next. Umbridge, slug on. So if Umbridge remained, then Slughorn would not have come.
Slughorn would not have come because he replaced Snape, and Snape replaced Umbridge. Snape would have remained as a potions master, and if this would have happened, maybe it's possible that Harry would not get to know anything about the Half-Blood Prince, and one of the major plot of the 6th book would have been altered.
Yeah, that Horcrux part will never be. I think the one what he told, he spoke to Lord Voldemort, but never been revealed, and that thing would not have happened.
Yes, and Slughorn was the one who gave Harry the Felix Felixes, the lucky potion. That part would not have happened. He would not have try drinking that lucky potion, and
Yeah.
he would not have been able to extract that memory from Slughorn, which was important for understanding Horcruxes in the sixth book, in which the lessons Dumbledore gave to Harry.
Right. And about the anyone want to add about the love potion and Ron here? Anyone wants to add about Ron and the love potion here? No? Okay. I'm just guessing. I'm audible, no?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I think we spoke about Umbridge, Slughorn, Horcrux, and the memory and the lucky potion. I think one of the important, one of the funny parts in that movie or in the book is like Ron having the love potion or something. So, do you want to add anything on that lines? Okay. Shivam, should we end? Like we'll just go with one last and we'll end, or we'll just end
I
it here?
think it's 8, right? So I think we should end.
Yeah. I think you guys can, you guys can think through this and you can just put it in a community and we'll end with this. So what if as Harry was placed under a guardianship of a magical family and not the Dursleys? So it is open to interpretation of you guys. You can put it in the community and let's get the conversation going over there. So if anyone has anything to add, we'll be happy to take up for another 2 to 3 minutes and then we'll wrap it.
Can I say some
Actually,
points
I
regarding this one?
Yeah, sure, you can obviously. Yeah, go ahead.
This one we got, this same question was asked by McGonagall to Dumbledore in the first book itself. She said that why not place Harry to a magical family? That Dumbledore replied that it would go to Harry's head that he is special and he would have become arrogant, and that would have happened, and he would not be a kind person. He would not have known about the Muggle side of things.
Understood. Yeah, this is a good information.
Actually, I vaguely remember, but still, if Harry was, like with his proper mother and father, they were actually, magicians. They knew all about these things. So if he actually grew under them, with them, maybe he had something, he might be superior. And also in the starting, like I guess in the first and second thing, he actually found everything very new. It was really new and it was shocking for him, and maybe he could be even more better, I feel.
So you feel having him under the magical family or with his parents for that matter would have given better idea and maybe would have performed better in Hogwarts. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Understood. Okay.
It depends a lot on the people who he lives with. If he whether he become arrogant or better, as both of them said. I think that would be a deciding factor.
Yeah, okay. That's one important. So, okay, I think we are done with this. So
yeah, we are. It was quite fun.
Yeah, it was really yeah, and we got to know a lot of new things, and maybe and very important fact that we have to go and read the books again, and we missed a lot of details. So I think that is one point takeaway for that, and for people who I think it's a good thing to refresh all your memories about Harry Potter. Who knows? Maybe some of you can just go watch some iconic moments of Harry Potter today after this. So it's entirely up to you guys. So it is really fun having this session. I hope it was fun for you guys as well. And thinking about the plot changes is one of the main, or like one of the creative exercises which will help you to think differently and creatively and make up new possibilities and routes. I think that was one takeaway which we wanted you guys to take it with you today. I hope that was pretty clear from what we did in this entire 60 minutes. So with this, we conclude the session for today, and we'll be meeting soon in the on Sunday with another exciting event. Till then, stay tuned, and thank you everyone for watching.
Right.
Excuse me, can I
Yeah.
suggest something?
Sure.
Sure.
Actually, it's not a suggestion, but can you please send this PPT in the group itself?
Done.
Done. We'll do that.
Also, we are live streaming it.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah. Also, we are live streaming it, so you can find the whole video on YouTube.
Okay, thank you.
So,
Actually, at the last, I'd like to tell that, like, as you told previously, maybe a bit of homework before everything should be better, actually, so that sorry, we'll have a healthy and interactive session.
Agree.
okay, but I mean, yeah, the homework could have been refreshed. No, you can't be refreshing all the 7 books, that's
Yeah.
for sure. But
I mean,
giving the questions would have been like you knowing them, and okay, give the question would have been one option.
No, like what I meant was, previously, you should have like priorly informed us about the like 2 days or 3 days before it, like that.
Oh, right. Oh, we'll do that. We'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that. This idea came. I think I just put it in the Discord channel of books. Then suddenly we've made a plan. So really
Yeah,
sudden.
it's fine. It's fine.
We'll do that. Okay. What if Hermione was not a bookworm?
Oh, what if she was not a bookworm? Let's talk about that later.
We can I think continue this on the Discord channel.
Yeah, we can do that in the Discord channel.
I'll put it up.
I think we could keep a part 2 of this meeting, and some days later we could continue from here.
If you guys promise that and refresh back all the, I mean, not all, but a bit of that and have more healthy conversation, we are always open to have another session.
Yeah, and you just put it up on the channel, and you can just join a voice channel you decide a time and join, and you can continue.
Yeah, we can always do
Always
that.
You can always initiate the events. It's not that we should initiate it. We really want to make it two-sided. We are working towards making it. And I think Impact Interns is going to help that a lot. I think some of you might have registered for it. Impact Interns will register a lot. Can you make a class about Harry Potter again? Yeah, Jay Jatish.
Yeah,
I think we'll might not live stream it, but we'll have it on Discord.
yeah, we can have this.
Anytime you want to, just put it up, and even you guys can just start it off. Just decide a time, and yeah, we'll have it. So Discord is meant for that. I'll put it, okay, like for the guys who are watching on live stream, I've already put it on the chat. You can join our channel, server. And for people over here, I think all of you know the server, so I did not put it up. And you're on WhatsApp group, so that's fine. Okay, so that's it. We end.
Yes.
Cool then.